All right, Jonathan, here we go. We've got you on the left side of the screen. We have Manny on the right. Setup is fine. You're slightly open. I think you're going to get back even. I don't really have a problem with where our stance are. Hands are by back shoulder. So let's go to frame 2. Start to get load. Again, knees are inside the toes. You're athletic. I don't have a problem there. Load on frame 3. Okay. And frame 4, we start to get down. You're a little bit behind Manny, so it's not that bad. But we'll move you up here a little bit. And then we start to move. Let's go one click from here. Okay, now you're still behind your front side. Heel's starting to get down. We're starting to get connection on that back side. And still not a bad place. Now watch what our hands do here. Now you can start to see how you have what we call a bat lag. You're kind of dragging your hands here behind you. Okay. All right. And also notice kind of our shoulder angle we're at here. We're already kind of starting to get locked in here with the front shoulder kind of pointing up. And you also can see your hips are also pointing up on that same angle. Now, if you see here, now his hip is a little open, which is fine, but if you also see kind of the angle of his hips, how there's much more parallel to the ground. They don't really have that inverted tilt with that front hip going up. Because if that front hip is going up, if I have a guess, and I haven't seen it, but I would guess that your hands are going to work along this plane right through here, and you can see where Manny is more chest down at contact, belly button kind of square, and hip square to the ground, and his are going to probably work along this line here. So let's work through a couple frames. Let's go to 5, okay, 6, and you can see how his hands work literally on that more of an angle or more of a linear plane down to contact, and how if we go back to frame 5 and we start to move forward, you can see how your hands kind of work along that down and back behind you, and that's where we're kind of creating length in our swing, which is long and slow. And again, if you notice, the other thing we talked about how that front shoulder comes out. Now if my hands are going down here, down behind me, what's equal and opposite? Then my front shoulder has to come up and out. So and my hands are also, when they're going down, are they going to stay down and come close to my body, or are they going to go away? Yeah, they're going to come away, and so there in turn is why I'm going to be rolling over and snap hooking everything with my top hand. So I want to really think about standing tall, keep my hands close to my chest, and really think, overcompensate, really focus on bottom hand to contact, get palm up, palm down, and this is a great view of contact right here with Manny on the right side, where you can see he's got palm up, palm down. Okay, palm up, palm down at contact, and he's square, meaning at contact, he's head, shoulder, hip, knee, and then when we start to get you got head, shoulder, then we got hip and knee, and see how that line is broken. When that line gets broken and we're kind of sitting on our backside and not getting our chest down and over contact, that's where we start to get that weakness, and also because we're kind of leaning back, that's where our hand drag is going to come from. All right, now the last thing that I want you to show you is where you can really start to see how long he stays through the baseball. Right here is contact, and what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to this opening between his arms and the opening between your arms, okay? So when we start to roll forward, let's get you to contact again, and then now you can see one, and see how he still has this opening between his arms right here. And you did a good job of staying through the ball here. We worked a lot on that tonight about staying through the zone, and that's where we've got to get to. So if we can get you to stay through the zone longer and not snap hooking it with that top hand, we really got to work on getting you linear, more linear with your hands or bottom hand, getting from here to contact, really driving that bottom hand to the baseball. Okay, now, is your barrel going to lag a little bit and you're going to get to this plane early? And here's what I'm going to show you about that. Let's get to frame 4 on both you guys. And as we start to move, now my barrel does kind of come in behind me, but what happens here is it's basically getting to the plane. Let me get him to bat lag, which is right there. Bat lag, see how his hands are still parallel to the ground. All right, he's not down at this angle. Okay, so his hands are parallel to the ground, so he's getting his barrel to the ball plane, and then he's working down at an angle where you can see over here, even the blur of your bat, how your bat plane's working up to contact, not working down to a ball plane. Does that make sense? Very good.